What's going on, guys? XQ420 here. You know what the deal is. You know what time it is. You know what we keep on us. It's summertime action coming your way once again. If it's the first time to the channel, stop messing around. Hit that subscribe button for me. Today's video, the Blasio. Man, setting up some Gestapo checkpoints. Show me your papers. Let's jump into it. Right, article right here. NYC Mayor de Blasio sets up COVID-19 quarantine checkpoints at city's bridges and tunnels, threatening violators with $10,000 fines. It said, but we're going to hit you for the 10K spot. No games played. Clean somebody's bank account, clear out. Man, who you think just walking around with $10,000 to give y'all? Man, let's jump into this article. But I'm pretty sure de Blasio's on that stuff with the 1F. No doubt about it. So they said, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced that the city would be seriously cracking down on anyone coming from nearly 36 states that Governor Andrew Cuomo has placed on a must-quarantine list. Well, you got the blind leading the blinder. That's all I'm saying, bud. I mean, look, Bo, Cuomo blind and de Blasio is his head about chopped off just about. I mean, he's just like that, bud. The headless horseman. I mean, he's just running around swiping at stuff. It's like, man, de Blasio, what are you talking about? Cuomo, what are you talking about, man? Look, the reason why your numbers is going lower because you done already slayed everybody you could slay out there, bud. I mean, that's just all there is to it. You did a poor job. I mean, but if he was a single country by himself, I mean, he had the worst. No, I'm sorry. New York has the worst death rate in the world. That's just it. So that just lets you know what kind of job he did. So the mayor's crackdown includes randomized checks at bridges and tunnels into the city, as well as fines of up to $10,000 for failing to follow quarantine orders. You on quarantine, we gonna come and we gonna get your account. You know what I call that? Little extortion, robbery, thievery. You know why they doing that? Because they broke. Folks are leaving, bud. Folks are bouncing out that joint. They said, bud, I can't handle it. I got to get out. So they said, right down here, it said the mayor declared during a press briefing Wednesday that New York would be immediately instituting a number of checkpoints at major city entry points. The goal is to make sure that people traveling into the city from Cuomo's travel advisory list understand they must quarantine themselves for 14 days. Now look, man, first of all, I don't know why you're going to be wanting to go to New York right now anyway. Bo, ain't nothing open. I mean, what are you going to go do? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, they still eating outside. I don't even know if they eating inside yet. I mean, they still all the way locked down if I'm correct. I mean, if they are letting you eat inside, it's like 1 or 2 folks. Man, got a line out the door. It's like, dang, bud. I mean, I want to eat this year. You know what I'm saying? 14 days be up before I'm able to eat. I mean, if you were happening to go up there for vacation, dang. I mean, but I don't know if you. He said, look, I'm going to take 3 weeks off because 2 weeks of these I got to stay in the room. It's just stupid. So Cuomo's list includes 34 states. I mean, 34. And one of them's Alaska. One of them Alaska, and then the last one Puerto Rico. Bo. I mean, you see all these states. Hot damn. I mean, over half. Over half. Come on, man. It said, look, Bo, if you're in the United States and you just come, you come to New York and you got to quarantine. Man, if you in New York and you just leave towns, I'm about to quarantine you. If not, a fine's coming your way. So they said, starting today, we're doing something new in New York City. We'll have checkpoints at key entry points to the city, de Blasio announced. Man over here act like he trying to crack down on some drunk driving. It's like, I wonder if you went through the checkpoint and they're like, hey man, where you coming from? Such and such. Okay, good. You be drunk out your mind. Oh man, we can't take nobody to jail to commit the crime. We got to just make sure we're folks quarantine. Here's the pamphlet, ma'am. Make sure you're quarantined 14 days and thank you. What state are you from? Oh, bud, don't be asking me all that stuff. I don't know you. So it said travelers coming in from those travel advisory states will be given information about the quarantine. They will be reminded that it's required, not optional. So I mean, they ain't optional. But who's going to enforce it? What are they gonna give you a card so they can track you down? They said they will be reminded that failure to quarantine is a violation of state law, and it comes with serious penalties. In fact, under certain circumstances, the fine can be as high as 10 grand. They said, right in your face. I'm gonna get right in your face with this stuff. They said, I ain't hiding nothing. I ain't pulling no punches. We coming for your wallet. So this is serious stuff, de Blasio added, and it's time for everyone to realize it. De Blasio, here's what I'm saying. De Blasio cut corners on the Black Lives Matter mural. He said, oh yeah, I ain't feel like the right paperwork, but I felt like I didn't need to on this one. He said, hold, bud. Now you gonna tell folks to do something to follow certain rules, and you won't even follow rules that are in place right now for certain things. Bump you, de Blasio. I mean, Bo, he wants to make sure New York ain't got nothing left. Now they worried about somebody quarantined, and y'all see my community policing video. Folk getting shot right in the street, little kids, somebody trying to community police. I'm like, how about you to cut back on the crime? But no, listen to AOC. It's just folks wanting to steal some bread so they can eat. That's all it is. Man, stop. So they said the checkpoints would be varying daily. Dang, they just gonna move them around. Bo, they serious about busting somebody up. They dead serious. I don't get it, dude. This is according to a slide showing show running during de Blasio's announcement will be run by New York City Sheriff's Office and other law enforcement agencies. I thought y'all trying to defund the police, but y'all ain't got no problem using the full force of the law against folks that are just trying to drive to New York City. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, defund the police, but we're gonna use the police to make sure that we that we uphold this tyranny we're trying to hold on to, so we can cause more conflicts with the police. You see what I'm saying, man? The stuff don't intermingle. So Sheriff Joseph Fucito stated that the goal is not to target out-of-state residents, but to educate people who have spent time at COVID-19 hotspots, regardless of their residence, when they come to New York. What do you mean it ain't the target? But they got certain states up there, 34 to be exact. You're in fact targeting. It don't get no more targeting than to actually name the states. I mean, once you name names, you've in fact shown everybody what your target is. I mean, the man gonna tell me it ain't for targeting, but you see, folks will lie right through their teeth, bud. No problem either. They'll lie right to your face. Won't blink, won't smile, won't nothing. And the problem is that they actually believe it. I don't even think they think it's a lie. They're like, man, I'm telling the truth. So he said he highlighted the importance of having the checkpoint practices randomized, saying the only way to have an effective checkpoint is having a random component to it. So what resources y'all got left? I mean, the resources that are left that haven't been taken from you, you're going to spend it on some traffic checks to make sure folks are going to quarantine, instead of actually, I don't know, trying to shut down crime in the city. I got you. So, hey, priorities, right? We want to make sure all our priorities are in line. So, they're sitting right here. Deputies will use license plate readers to count vehicles to stop at random. So, just random stops for no reason. So, if we see an out-of-state plate on there, we just gonna randomly stop you. Man, ain't we trying to get away from that stuff? Just random stops and stuff like that for no reason. But now you're just making it where you're just gonna have more interaction with the police that don't need to happen. And I'm trying to tell you, bud, folks are wild, man. You're gonna end up getting some cops killed over this stuff. They trying to get somebody to quarantine. They said this new quarantine enforcement tactic is in addition to the state's traveler health form. Out-of-state air travelers are required to fill out before leaving the New York airport. Dang, Bo, you got to fill out a form. Man, what if I don't want to fill out a form? They're like, no, Bo, you can't leave. Oh, here it goes right here. Travelers who fail to fill out the form before leaving the airport are subject to a $2,000 fine. Bo, don't they know the economy is in shambles? And they just hitting folk up for $2,000. Man, I need the $2,000, bud. It said, and can be ordered to complete mandatory quarantine. Yeah, hit you for $2,000 there. Hit you for $10,000 if you're on court. That's $12,000 gone. I don't know who just walking around with $12,000 to give to the government, but Bo, I mean that's a little crazy. So travelers coming into the city from designated states via trains, cars, or other form of transportation are required to fill out the form online. Man, so you mean to tell me I got to remember to fill out a form online before I go up there? And like I said, I ain't going. I don't know who wanting to go up there right now, but I mean, it's just, Bo, if you don't get shot, well, hold on. You might get shot at. Your likelihood right now of getting shot probably higher than the COVID getting you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, defund the police, anti-crime unit gone. Bo, it ain't good. So in closing on this, de Blasio, but can't you spend your time and energy trying to get New York City back on their feet? But man, I don't know if y'all see New York City. I seen a couple guys who walk around and taping that. But ain't nothing happening out there. Ain't nothing happening at all. But folks are leaving in groves. They're like, I got to get out of here. I think they said, what was it, in one place, the rent had came down for the first time in like 10 years or something like that, man. We had to drop rent because folks are leaving. And he worried about busting somebody up for 10K. It's like, man, don't, if you give me a 10K fine, dude, I ain't having it, man. I ain't having it, dude. You tell me I got to come up here, man, you cross the state line, come back over, don't even get out your car. Whoop, need to quarantine. I didn't get out the car, though. Yeah, but you see, that COVID, that thing will slip through your vents, get up in your nostrils, I'm sure of it. So, this is the stuff I'm talking about right here. Hey, look, if they can't get their tax money from taxpayers, they'll just extort it out of you. Straight up rob you. I mean, hey, here goes your fine. $2,000, you ain't want to fill the form out. 10,000 because you ain't quarantined. And I'm trying to figure out how they keeping up with who's quarantined or not. What they contact tracing? They probably are, but it just don't smell good. And I mean, man, why we need a checkpoint for some COVID-19? Man, if y'all can tell me why, leave it in the comment section below. I don't get it at all. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. What do y'all think about it? Leave it, like I said, leave it in the comment section. As always, I appreciate everybody for coming out and checking me out. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.